Hey friend, this is Car Therapy, and I want to come on and just share with you my heart about fasting and praying. I have been on a 2-hour car ride to my destination for my reset weekend. I don't know if I've ever talked about reset weekend on here, and if not, let me just tell you what this means real quick. So last year I started this trend where every year I'm going to take myself on a weekend away. It's nothing fancy or extravagant, but it's literally a Friday through Sunday where I am spending a solo weekend just refocusing my energy, my affection, my attention on Jesus and what it is that God has planned for my life. And so I'm excited because I'm kicking off a month long of fasting and praying this weekend with my reset weekend. And I'm so stoked about this. So fully recommend that you all do that. If you have never taken yourself on a solo trip, please go do it. It's so healthy and important. So with that, fasting and praying, I just want to talk about that for just a quick second. So the Bible talks a lot about fasting and praying. And, it is a private thing a lot of the times where, you are being more kind of on your own with it. You are choosing to fast, from whatever it is that you feel like you need to disconnect or withdraw from. And you are spending that time that you would typically do those things, whether it's eating a meal or scrolling on social media, to pray instead. So that's sort of what the general concept of fasting and praying is. But again, it's more of a private matter, but corporately, they did do this in the Bible too, where a leader would call a group of people to come together and fast and pray over matters. And I've done fasting and praying both ways. But I do know that there is significant benefit, and this is where I want to kind of lean in with you for just a moment. Every time I have fasted and prayed, I have had significant shifts in my life occur. And again, I don't do my fasting and praying in order to get something from God, because he's not a genie God. I do this specifically so I hear him with clear ears so that I can be obedient to what it is he's asking of me to do, not for what I need or want him to do for me. But with that being said, because God's character is so good and he is so faithful, he always makes moves happen. And I've had this happen every single time, y'all. Big, big things. I mean, jobs and so much provision, and I have had healing happen, like amazing things. And I want to share a quick story. So in June of last year, I had just started my fasting and praying month, and I had a mass to develop in my breast, like out of nowhere. And it was scary. This was about the size of a 50-cent piece. So it was pretty large. And I ended up having to get a biopsy done. And I was so scared because I felt a revelation, because I was so deeply connected with God during this month of fasting, that I felt the revelation from the Lord that this was going to be cancer, but it was going to be okay. And I took a breath and I went through the motions of this biopsy. But before that, I had a group of people that prayed massive healing prayers over me. And y'all, I do believe that the Lord's plan that whole time, even though he told me that he was going to take me on a journey, I do believe that God's plan was to heal me miraculously, and it happened. I got the news the day after the biopsy that it was benign, and I still have this mass today. Like, it's still hanging around in here, but it is benign, and it was just such a miracle, and I praise the Lord. But all of that happened in the very month that I was fasting and praying. And so I guess what I want you to take away today from this car therapy is, don't neglect the fasting and praying time. Don't think you have to be some spiritual hero. You do not. The Lord, he has so much planned for you when we just take time to lean in and have ears to listen, ears to hear. So yeah, I'm super excited about this, and Easter's coming. And so over this next month, I'm really going to be focused in on Jesus and what he did for me, for us on the cross. And I just invite you to take part in that. I really think that you would find it to be such a sweet, sweet time with the Lord. All right, so I won't be back on social media. Hey friend, and me, Kelly, are taking a break for the next month, but I'll be back on April 1st, guys. So I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.